Hello. In this video I show you how to use my 303 pattern cheats for AudioRealism Baseline 3. Some of you have asked me what the signs in time mode mean, or why I use the global tuning knob for some patterns. I'll explain this to you in more detail using Meet Her at the Love Parade, Nayland and Kane remix, as an example. On a TB303, a pattern consists of a maximum of 16 note steps. The dot means that a sound is heard as the length of a 16 note. The circle means that the value of the previous note is increased by 1/16th note value, a tied 16th note. Here you see for example an 8th note, and here a 4th note. The dash means a rest for 1/16th note. With ABL3 the note steps in step mode are set by the gate. If the gate is clicked, a 16th note is played. If the gate is not selected, no note is played. If you want to play longer notes, connect them with a slide, even if the notes have the same pitch. Here you see for example an 8th note. And here a 4th note. So the note steps from the pattern of Meet Her at the Love Parade would look like this in ABL3. Okay, let's do the programming together. Here you can see my Logic Pro 10 project of Meet Her at the Love Parade. Above are the samples from the original, and below is my recorded TB303 track. Let's take a quick listen. Now I add a new track for a software instrument and select ABL. I use the step mode. I turn the global tuning control 2 semitones higher. More precisely 1.8, since the original is not in tune. Since all the note steps are already selected, I only need to delete the first two to make it match the pattern. Then I enter the pitch of the notes and set the octave jumps. After that I set an accent and the slides. Now I set the sound like in the original. Let's take a quick listen. Since you have more possibilities in ABL than with the 303, you can program the notes more easily. In the pattern sheet, I have set the notes to their correct pitch and therefore no longer need the global tuning. Since ABL has a larger note range than a 303, I set some notes one octave higher and remove the octave jumps. Now I set the notes to their correct pitch. Then I delete the octave jumps. Now I turn the tuning control back to 0. Then I simply copy the effects from my 303 track to the ABL track. Finally, let's listen to the pattern again with the samples from the original. Of course, you can also control the sound settings via controllers or automate them in the DAW. Have fun jamming and thanks for watching. Goodbye.